Today we're taking a deep dive into one of those accounts. It's the incredible true story of Sergei. He was just 6 years old when he became a soldier during World War II. So, we're setting the scene right in the brutal heart of World War II. Huge conflict, devastating, between the German and Soviet armies. Our story starts with Sergei. He's 6 years old, living a pretty normal village life, you'd assume. Then, just like that, everything changes. Terrifying flash. His village. Attacked by German forces. And in all that chaos, his aunt. She gives him the worst news imaginable for a child. His mother, his brother gone, killed in the attack. She tells him, you have to run, flee for your life. And as he's escaping, he sees it. He watches his aunt get killed too by German soldiers, so now he's alone. Utterly terrified, and he runs desperately into the dense forest. I mean, what a start, unimaginable. And his bravery, his resourcefulness, really, for a kid that age, it's astonishing. He manages to hide from German soldiers, shows this incredible presence of mind. He even runs into a snake. But instead of screaming or running, he just closes his mouth, stays totally still so it won't notice him. Then when the German soldiers leave, Sergei, he's starving obviously, he scavenges their leftovers, eats whatever he can find, but it's not enough. Pretty soon the only thing left is, well, leaves from the jungle. He actually resorts to eating leaves to survive, and the war, it just doesn't let up even for him hiding out there. Another German bomb blast shakes the ground nearby, but instead of breaking down, what does he do? He picks up a stick, pretends it's a gun, and defiantly says he wants to fight. Think about that. He's lost everything, he's only 6, and there's this need for retribution maybe, to stand his ground somehow. But his little body, it's giving out. 2 days, no proper food, no water. He collapses. Exhaustion, thirst. Eventually he's drinking rainwater just to stay alive. What does that tell us about his spirit? That even at that point, complete exhaustion, his instinct isn't surrender, it's defiance. Then, finally, a moment of hope. Some Russian soldiers find him, he's unconscious, they take him to their camp, get him out of the wilderness, back into, well, human contact. Commander Nikolai, he seems like a hardened soldier type, asks Sergei about his family. And hearing that heartbreaking story, Germans killed everyone he knew, the whole unit, you can imagine, is just struck with sympathy for this orphan kid. Nurse Katya, especially, she seems to form this immediate connection, treats his injuries, cares for him almost like he was her own. And Sergei, amazingly quickly, becomes this source of unexpected joy, actually, closeness, for everyone in the camp. Even Commander Nikolai, who seems pretty stern, usually starts treating him like a son. He even shows him his actual gun. There's this bond building beyond just the battlefield stuff. And we start seeing another kind of connection forming, too. A quiet romance, maybe unspoken at first, between Commander Nikolai and Nurse Katya. But then the reality of war intrudes again. The decision comes down. Sergei has to be sent to an orphanage. Katya, she's passionate, protective. She pleads with Nikolai. She says she wants to raise Sergei herself, but Nikolai refuses. He cites the dangers, A war zone is no place for a child. He thinks he's protecting him, sending him away. But the feeling among the soldiers, it's unanimous. Nobody wants Sergei to leave. They've all seen the positive effect he has on their morale, their spirit. And then, almost like punctuation to Nikolai's point, the camp comes under its first German attack. A stark reminder of the immediate danger, the bravery these soldiers need every day.
Right.
It's a paradox, isn't it? Nikolai wants to protect him by sending him away, but the unit feels this profound loss at the very thought. So the day comes for Sergei to leave. Katya, she just can't bear it. She steps away, can't watch him go. Nikolai, too, you can see he's struggling. His heart's heavy. That he feels he has to do this to protect Sergei. Then there's this really poignant moment. Commander Nikolai gives Sergei a small wooden gun he'd carved himself, a little gift. And Sergei's reaction, it's just heartbreakingly pure. He takes the wooden gun and immediately hugs Nikolai. Just throws his arms around him. That's the moment. It completely melts the commander's heart. You can see it. Nikolai's internal struggle just ends. And he asks that life-changing question, will you be my son? Sergei's answer, a joyful yes. It rings through the camp, and all soldiers are just overjoyed. Nikolai's going to legally adopt him. He's officially permanently part of their unit now.
Wow.
What does that immediate, intense bonding tell us about family forged under these extreme conditions?
Family, in this context, becomes really flexible, adaptive. It's defined not by blood, but by this shared will to protect, to nurture, and survive together.
So, the very next morning, Sergei wakes up. And there's a tailor-made soldier's uniform waiting for him. Army boots, too. A gift from his new family. He's so proud, shows them off. Now he's truly one of them. But the war, it just keeps going. A sudden German air raid hits the camp. Many soldiers are injured. Nikolai, ever the protector, shields Sergei through it. But despite the danger of Sergei, he wants to help. His first instinct is to go to the wounded. And here's this amazing little story, really captures his spirit. There's a blinded soldier who asks Sergei to read a letter from home. But Sergei, remember, he's only 6, he can't read. But instead of saying that, he makes up this hilarious story about a cow giving lots of milk. And it brings laughter, real joy to these injured soldiers in this incredibly grim situation. Just a pure, innocent moment of light.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So Sergei's daily life is now totally intertwined with the soldiers. He shaves with them, makes these witty little remarks like, a soldier is always on duty, not on a date. His official duties. Delivering letters, he's become an integral part of their operations.
That story about the letter, that's a fantastic example of a child's unique kind of emotional intelligence, isn't it? In these high-stress environments, that simple, unburdened innocence. It isn't just sweet. It's a profound psychological balm.
Then Sergei gets hold of some binoculars the soldiers gave him. He ventures out into the jungle nearby, and his observation skills, maybe honed from his time alone earlier, they pay off. He spots 2 shoes, which turn out to be feet, hidden behind some bushes.
No way.
Yeah. Quick thinking, he runs back, reports what he saw and the outcome. Russian soldiers captured German spies, all thanks to Sergei's vigilance. Commander Nikolai, just beaming with pride, calls Sergei a brave soldier. And this act of heroism, it happens right as the formal adoption papers arrive. They get signed. Nikolai is officially Sergei's legal father.
Wow. So his innocence, his perspective, it actually made him a valuable asset.
Exactly. But the fighting, it's not over. Another intense German attack happens. Nikolai, again, orders Sergei, stay put, stay safe. But then, a critical moment. The radio, the telephone wire connecting them, it gets severed in the battle. Vital communication cut off. A soldier sent to fix it gets wounded. And Sergei, without hesitation, his courage shines through again. He volunteers to fix the wire, he gets instructions, crawls out there, and actually manages to restore communication. A crucial act that lets Nikolai talk to his officers, coordinate everything. Just incredible bravery under fire.
Truly remarkable.
But Sergei's courage wasn't just on the front lines, was it? He also played this subtle but pretty crucial role in, well, forging another kind of bond in the unit. He notices Nikolai's deep affection for Katya, and he comes up with a plan. A bit mischievous, maybe? He lies to Katya, tells her Nikolai is gravely ill, can't even speak. Katya, frantic with worry, rushes to Nikolai's side, only to find him perfectly fine.
Oh, the little matchmaker.
Exactly. They both realize what Sergei's done, his playful manipulation. But Nikolai, moved by Katya's genuine concern and maybe nudged by Sergei's little push, he finally confesses his love. Asks her to be Sergei's mom, and Katya agrees. It cements their new family unit right there.
It really highlights that bravery isn't just one thing, is it? It manifests in such different but equally critical ways. The courage to fix a wire under fire. That's situational courage, right? Driven by immediate need. But Sergei's matchmaking, that's almost a kind of social courage.
So this newly formed family unit, it gets tested again pretty quickly. The battalion gets orders, evacuate, relocate. During the move, another German ambush. There are casualties, sadly, but most of them make it through. They arrive at their new post. And Sergei, now in complete little soldier's uniform, proudly salutes Commander Nikolai and the general, asks for his orders. Nikolai, seeing his adopted son so eager, gives him a new, important job. Inspect the soldier's worn-out boots, see what needs replacing, compile a report, and then in this moment of just utter charm and earnestness, Sergei makes his ultimate request. He asks the general for permission for his father, Nikolai, and nurse Katya to marry.
Oh, bless him.
Right. The general's reaction is just laughter and pure joy at Sergei's serious yet totally endearing request. It's a moment of happiness in that grim environment. But the war, it's still not over. There's a final major German attack. Many soldiers are killed, many wounded. Sergei is terrified. He searches frantically for Nikolai and eventually finds him, badly injured. His fear is just palpable. He can't bear the thought of losing another family member. Nikolai, ever the stoic soldier, even then offers this piece of advice that seems to shape Sergei. A soldier, a man, never cries. But the happy resolution is that Nikolai recovers, and the three of them, Sergei, Nikolai, and Katya, become a complete family, a real beacon of hope, born right out of tragedy. What does this whole story, especially that ending, really signify about our capacity as humans to build and nurture family, even when everything around us is just falling apart?
It really underscores that family isn't just biology, is it? It's a dynamic, adaptive system. And it's crucial for psychological survival. In the chaos of war, these personal small stories of hope, the adoption, the planned marriage, they become incredibly potent symbols. They're tangible proof that life, love, community, they can persist. They can even flourish amidst utter destruction. And Sergei's journey, culminating in him receiving the Medal for Battle Merit, continuing with the battalion all the way to Poland and Germany. That's historical validation of this resilience. It shows how an individual, given that sense of belonging, can not only survive, but contribute meaningfully, regardless of age, regardless of origin.
What an absolutely extraordinary journey for Sergei. From that profound loss, unimaginable trauma, to finding a family and becoming a decorated soldier. His story, it truly hammers home the incredible resilience of the human spirit, doesn't it? The unexpected ways family can form in wartime, and how even the smallest acts of courage, of kindness, can bring light to the absolute darkest times. Why does this matter to you listening?
Well, it's just this powerful testament, isn't it? That even in overwhelming circumstances, those fundamental human drives for survival, for connection, even for joy, they can and they do prevail. It shows us that strength isn't just about physical might. It's about that unwavering spirit to create and protect what's good, even when the world seems intent on breaking it all apart.
So, maybe consider this. In a world that's still constantly grappling with conflict, what lessons can we draw from Sergei's story about adaptive human behavior? How compassion and that deep-seated pursuit of belonging, maybe they aren't just luxuries. Maybe they're fundamental survival strategies. Strategies that allow individuals and whole communities to find strength and purpose even when everything they know is stripped away.